Okay, we will call the Tuesday, December 19th, 2023 council meeting, regular council meeting to order. If you'll all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item is to approve the amended agenda. We should all have a copy of that.
And Mayor Ryan, we will also not need new business item number 10
Okay,
tonight. We can
so
remove it.
item F10 will be eliminated. So with that understanding, can I get a motion to approve the amended agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item on is the consent calendar. Everyone's had a chance to look at it.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item is open forum. This is time for public comment. Anyone from the public that wishes to come up? I see no one here, so we'll move on to planning and zoning annual presentation.
Good evening, Mayor Ryan and City Council. I'd like to start by expressing my gratitude for the contributions city staff have made and the support that City Council and the Planning Commission have given the Planning and Zoning Department this last year. Thank you to Maggie, Kiki, Parks and Rec, Public Works, the NPD, and Administrator Max for your time, knowledge, expertise, and willingness to contribute to the successful Planning Department. Thank you to City Council and the Planning Commission for your dedication and commitment to the City of Nisswa. In 2023, the citizens of Nisswa adopted a shoreland ordinance that reflects the commitment they have made to protecting our lakes while promoting responsible development. Shoreland alteration permits have been implemented with clear and direct requirements and performance standards. Stormwater management plans are effectively reducing runoff and capturing pollutants before they reach public water. These small changes that they have made are making a difference in the quality of life that Nisswa offers, and I am proud to help support these efforts. Yay. In 2023, we have seen a decrease in development with 22 single-family dwellings being built, 30 accessory structures and additions, 4 commercial additions. There have been 27 septic system installations or upgrades and 7 connections to city sewer. The number of dwellings, sewer connections, accessory structure, and additions are down from 2022, while the number of septic installations and upgrades have increased. 63 compliance inspections were conducted on area septic systems, resulting in the upgrade of 3 failing systems. During the last year, we have had applications for 8 conditional use permits, 11 variances, 2 applications for lot splits, 1 application to rezone, 2 boundary line or lot line adjustments, and 6 ordinance amendments. There were no proposed plats in 2023. This year, 7 violations were addressed, with 2 being resolved and closed, 2 are currently open, and 3 are being monitored. This means that the issue has been resolved and no further action is needed, but the city will continue to monitor the situation. For example, there was a violation on a property where the SIZ 1 and 2 were clear cut. The remedy for this was to work with the Soil and Water Conservation District to revegetate the shoreline. The property owner completed the required work under the direction of the SWCD, but the city will continue to monitor the planting for the next few years. Naturally, we will close the enforcement once we can verify that the planting was successful. The Planning and Zoning Department will continue to look into process development and how we can better serve the community with more education and ordinance clarifications to help eliminate enforcements before they happen. We will continue to conduct riparian follow-ups and ensure that any required stormwater management plans and buffers are sufficiently meeting the minimum requirements. This last May, we hosted our first Lake Association Spring Gathering at the Community Event Center in Nisswa. The event was attended by 31 Lake Association members. Dana Gutzman, a conservation manager with the Cass County SWCD, gave a wonderful presentation on aquatic invasive species and what property owners can do to help prevent the spread of AIS. Our area hydrologist with the DNR, Jake Free, presented information on docking and riparian water rights. The event was a success and we received positive feedback. Our 2024 Lake Association Spring Gathering will be on Friday, May 10th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Nisswa Community Center. As you all know, earlier this year, we adopted and updated a revised shoreland ordinance with a condition from the DNR that we continue the process of updating our ordinance to include the commercial areas of shoreland and our shoreland planned unit developments. Phase 2 of our ordinance review and revisions have begun, and we are aiming to present the ordinance amendments to the Planning Commission and City Council in February of 2024. The goals of this phase are to clarify and revise PUD provisions and requirements, update our commercial application process, make sure that the land use table is complete and comprehensive, add or change any applicable definitions, and review and revise commercial performance standards. So far, I can just tell you what I've seen is that it's more of a reorganization at this time, and there's not significant changes to those performance standards. So that's good. In 2023, we implemented shoreland alteration permits with the goal of providing property owners with the framework to understand Minnesota shoreland rules and the ability to work and develop their properties while meeting requirements. We issued 20 shoreland alteration permits and helped assist property owners with on-site consultations and getting them easy to read fact sheets on what is and what isn't allowed. In addition to shoreland alteration permits, we included provisions in the ordinance to require stormwater management plans when impervious thresholds exceed 15%. This resulted in 21 stormwater management plans being required, many with shoreline buffers. These plans greatly reduce pollutants such as gasoline, oils, heavy metals, debris, and bacteria from entering our lakes by capturing the first inch of a major rain event. Phosphorus, a very common nutrient used to fertilize lawns, is often found in runoff. 1 pound of phosphorus can produce up to 300 to 500 pounds of algae. Stormwater management plans are effective and essential to preserving the quality of our lakes, properties, and the value tourism brings to our area. There are several projects this next year that the Planning and Zoning Department will help facilitate. Number 1 is the ADA transition plan to help identify areas of city-owned property that need to be updated to meet ADA standards. This federal requirement will become a living document that we will be able to reference when implementing improvements. Phase 2 of our ordinance revision and subsequent adoption will be done, followed by a review and analysis of Phase 3, if any is needed. A downtown master plan. Before we embark on some major road improvements in the central business district, we will work to develop a master plan that will focus on how we can bring value to the central business district with infrastructure that supports successful business, that meets the needs of both the resident and the visitor, that identifies areas of improvement, and that provides a guide for future development that adds to and complements our already thriving business community. More community engagement through the downtown master plan process with our Lake Association Spring Gathering and the day-to-day interactions with property owners and stakeholders. The American Planning Association's National Conference is this April in Minneapolis, and I am planning on attending. This year, I will be identifying a timeline for when I will be able to meet the requirements for testing and outline the steps necessary to become an AICP candidate and achieve the AICP certification. 2025 will include items such as online permitting software and digital document storage, land use map and housing studies, comprehensive planning updates, and hopefully obtaining that certification from the American Institute of Certified Planners. Thank you for your time this evening, and I am happy to answer any questions you may have.
Anyone? Questions? No? I guess not. Thank you very much for all your work this year. Appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
every-
It's been a pleasure working with you too.
Thank you.
Next item, or next up is report, city administrator.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan. Good evening, members of the council. My monthly report is in your packet. I don't have anything otherwise to report aside from we're busy wrapping things up at year end and starting to plan for the new year. And we look forward to starting off 2024 with a lot of great projects ahead of us. So happy to answer any questions.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
City Attorney.
Good evening, everybody. I don't have a report tonight.
City Engineer.
Good evening, everybody, Mayor. The only thing I have is we'll have a pay application number 7 for.
All right. Then on to new business. First item on new business is a resolution adopting the final 2023 tax levy collectible 2024. Looks like in the amount of $3,400,950. Does anyone have any questions? Comments?
I'm sorry, that's 951. My fault.
Oh,
The resolution's correct. The agenda is not.
okay. Okay. Any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the final 2023 tax levy collectible in 2024 for the amount of $3,400,951.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Here we go. Gotta get this one. Okay. Next item is the resolution adopting the City of Nisswa budget for calendar year 2024. We all have that. It was provided to us here, so. Unless somebody has a question for the city administrator, entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I would present a motion that we accept the resolution number 23 dash, whatever it will be, for the budget for the calendar year 2024.
I'll second.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. Next item. Short-term rental agreement with Crow Wing County. I believe we do this every year, correct? Or is this?
But thank you, Mayor, and we have, the county has requested an updated agreement. This will automatically renew going forward.
Okay,
They had some changes in their ordinance language that we will adopt in January and work to do that. But for now, this agreement just maintains that we are working with the county to license our short-term rentals in Nisswa.
is there any questions on this? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 short-term rental agreement with Crow Wing County as presented.
No, second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 4, approve the 2023 audit engagement letter.
Mayor Ryan, is included in your packet. The engagement letter is attached that reflects the engagement with Schlenner, Wenner and Company, which has been our city auditor for many years. They have requested that we do a 1-year renewal for our audits, and the cost would be $19,750. This has been incorporated into our budget.
Any questions? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 audit engagement letter with the amount increase reflected.
I'll now second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve the 2024 fee schedule. Unless someone has a question,
I did have a question. I noticed that there was a dog license, but it's taken out now.
Correct.
What was that for? Really, for a dog?
We did previously license dogs. We didn't have very many and figured this was not an effective tool. And so we decided
Yeah.
to not do that anymore.
Well, whoops. I have a dog. Okay.
And did we receive any additional liquor, tap room, beer licenses in 2023 that you recall? None?
Not any new ones in 23 that we can recall.
Anticipating the former gas station? Yep.
Likely in 24, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mayor will make a motion to approve the 2024 fee schedule as presented.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Wrong one. What am I missing?
Number 6.
There's no paperwork for this next item.
Yeah, that's just,
Oh. Okay, so we'll set this, item 6 is to set the city organizational meeting for December 3rd or 4th,
January.
or January 3rd or 4th. 2024, 7 PM. What works for everybody?
I'm open.
I'm open.
I'm open as well. Does it have to be 7 or could we do it earlier?
It could be earlier on the 3rd. The 4th, we have a Parks Commission meeting.
Okay.
So it would be following the Parks Commission meeting. It could potentially be at 6.
Any interest in doing
The
it?
4th, I'm gone for sure, and I might be gone on the 3rd, so the 3rd would probably be the best.
I'm good with the 3rd.
Okay.
Would we possibly be able to do it, say at 5:30 on the 3rd?
Yeah. I might be a little late, but I can get here.
Or no, it doesn't. I mean, maybe
6 o'clock would help me.
6? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about 6 o'clock on the 3rd? Will that, Joe? If
If I'm
either
in
one are
town.
gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
that'd work the best if either one.
6 PM on the 3rd.
Do you need council motion for that?
Yep.
Yes, please.
Okay. Mr. Mayor will make a motion for the city council organizational meeting date to be set on January 3rd, 2024 at 6 PM local.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Short-term disability policy and life insurance policy.
This is the formal request to modify the short-term disability policy and life insurance policies, some of which have been determined through our contract negotiations process. But just wanting to outline both items here so that the council can approve that and we would have this effective January 1.
Unless there's any questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to entertain that we approve the short-term disability and life insurance policies effective January 1st, 2024 as presented.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 8, there it is. I'll get it yet. Gull Lake Trail Project pay application number 7.
Yeah, this is pay application number 7 for $271,333.30. That's work completed through 12/12/23. There will be no more work this year until spring. There's very few items I put in. Oh, that was in the pay app other one. I didn't have that with me. There's very few items that need to be completed though. Some tie-ins in Lake Shore to the boardwalk and the bridge for bituminous. There's a little work to do on a driveway, some work at Bar Harbor, and pretty much will complete the project.
I did notice on Lower Roy Lake Road where there's a couple of spots where there's, I'm just gonna call it a culvert or whatever to get water off the road into the woods, kind of this would be just south of the north.
That gutter across the trail?
Yeah. That doesn't drain very good.
Oh,
I've noticed it doesn't, and
probably got full of leaves, I'm sure.
I blew it out. Oh, I was down there with a blower. I blew it out. But it doesn't like to drain very good off the road. And when it does, it likes to stop like on the other side. And I noticed there was a board in there and I was just assuming that was in there because there was something that wasn't finished yet, so I
You had to
didn't.
put a pipe on it. I don't know if they've
Okay,
done that. He
I'm
told
just
me.
mentioning it,
Yep.
so next spring you
Yep.
might want to make a note, because
Definitely.
otherwise I don't want to have to dig it out.
No, we'll try not to make you dig it out anymore.
I appreciate it. Okay,
Thank you.
Joe, I got one question for you on this, looking at, line 67. Install wood fence. Just want to make sure I'm going across right. Looks like they've got 23% of it
And that'll be it.
spring.
No, there's the wood fence came off that when we did the, thing for, now I'm forgetting the name, Northway.
Okay.
So that wood fence would have not been replaced, and that was 507 feet, so that was quite the portion of it.
Right.
That got taken off at the beginning of the project.
Okay. So that's, we're not anticipating, ultimately what you're saying is you're not anticipating any more cost on that line item?
No,
Oh. Okay. Because looking at the rest of them, there's obviously some overages, but there's,
there's a little
No,
give and take
some-
in there with
yeah.
some jobs,
Yeah.
some good items that we've done.
okay. I don't, no further questions.
there are no further questions. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve pay app number 7 for the Gull Lake Trail Phase 4 for the amount of $271,333.30.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So just to confirm, we are not discussing number 9, or we are,
No, yeah, this was a late addition.
the late edition?
Yes, this was a late addition.
I don't know.
Number 9, conditional offer of employment for police officer. Do you all got the memo?
Yep.
Okay, Todd?
So we're getting a Brainerd guy back?
Good evening. As you know, we recently posted for our full-time police officer position. We received 5 applications. Of those 5, 4 of them were offered in-person interviews and 3 accepted. Those were conducted yesterday morning. Once those were completed, I guess Mr. Williams kind of stood out above the rest, and with your permission tonight, we'd like to request that an offer be made to Mr. Williams contingent. Sorry. Upon background investigation, psychological exam, physical exam, and physical fitness testing being successfully completed. With the competitive job market and his previous experience and qualifications, we would ask that a lateral transfer be considered for grade 11, step 4, which would be $66,164.80 per the 24 Teamsters Union contract. So, if you have any questions?
How many years of experience does he have?
Roughly 5.
Nice. Nice.
That's as a deputy sheriff. So
Oh, he's a deputy before?
Mhm.
He was gonna say something and I just wanted to get ahead of it. Yeah,
What were you consider his strengths? What do you think, what was his expertise in enforcement? Is he good at computers, or is he good at, whatever he's really good at? What did you get from him?
well, we haven't quite dug into everything that far yet, but he has experience with emergency management.
Emergency management? Okay.
Part of his employment there for a period of time was 70% deputy and 30% of it was spent as an emergency management director, so. this
Okay.
Experience with that as well, which would be helpful.
I'm glad we're getting an experienced person. It's nice. So.
Yeah.
It's great. I will make a motion that we approve the conditional offer of employment as presented by the police department. Sergeant Smanky.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Okay, item 10 is off our agenda for now. Under old business, adopt earned sick time, safe time, and update sick leave policies.
So in November, the council saw a draft earned sick and safe time and sick leave policy adjustment. We have not received any feedback, couple questions on the policy, just to make sure that staff understood how it would be applicable for them. One addition that we did include is the outlining of the process for how the fire department will earn sick and safe time. So that has been added to this. It's the third paragraph on the first page of the policy. Otherwise, nothing else has changed, and I would request a motion to approve so that we can have this effective January 1st per statute.
Any questions on the policy? Yeah. I'll entertain a motion.
I will entertain a motion that we approve the we'll adopt earned sick and safe time and updated sick leave policies as presented.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Council reports. I will start this one off. And I just want to thank staff for a great year. We've come a long way. We got a lot of projects that were taken on this year, and I don't see next year being any less for projects and things. So I appreciate all the hard work. And in the words of retired council member Jacobson, I wish that everyone a very Merry Christmas, and not a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. And let's not forget the real reason that Christmas is celebrated. So thank you all. And anyone else? Joe?
Nope. Merry Christmas to you all.
I've really enjoyed working with everybody here on this council this year, as well as with the staff. So thank you very much, and Merry Christmas.
Mark?
I'm the same.
Okay. And with that, you see your upcoming announcements and stuff on the bottom. And if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And Don, I'm getting closer.
I was just gonna say, I think Don still has the record.
Yeah.